Alright traders, George here, and time for an update on gold. Sunday evening, Labor Day weekend. We're open for a little bit here, and gold has dropped from the Friday close. We recovered quite a bit from the sell-off. Let me give you a little breakdown as to the relevance of these price points and the way they were formed. 1350 was a trigger to be short for this move down here, with 83 and 91 being the targets to the downside. You can go look for the earlier video that called that out in advance and then see how well price followed through with that. Okay, 1204 was the trigger that I had for the long side when price passed back through, and we had some initial targets in this region here, but you'll recall the price point that I mentioned to watch for on the way up was 1350. Watch for a significant resistance swing at 1350. There it is right there. And then this orange arrow, I'm not drawing this into structure here. Structure's moving along to the arrow that I already had on the chart. Okay, that's a projection based on this impulse right here. So the bulls did a nice one-to-one harmonic projection there. When I did this, I mentioned 1430 would be the upside target. We actually got to 1434, so I've now revised that number there. The 1371 to 1394 zone, that ties into this balance beam right here. And I mentioned that would be one to watch on the way up. It's one to watch on the way down as well, and it's proving itself out right now tonight, because we got right down to the floor, a couple dollars from the floor tonight, and we're recovering pretty darn well here at 91.30s right now. This is the governor in this territory here. So you'll notice there's a huge air pocket above, not as much trading there. If the bulls can get price resting over 1394, then we'll look for them to resume back up to 1434. That's the primary target above where we are right now. Then to new highs, we'll look for 1479 as a target, resistance swing and balance beam. And the greater air pocket here could have price moving up to new zone to watch here, 1539.60, essentially the floor up here. This would be one to consider extreme overhead resistance if we're able to get up that high. If the bears take over and they get price closing below 1370 here, then these five prior price points are all going to be significant targets on the way down. 1350, 1326, 1283, 1271, and then 1191 down here. Okay, 71, the support swing. 26, a newly formed balance beam here. 1350 we know was the support floor that was broken. These were calculated targets based on ratios that turned out to be key structural areas as well. So those are the five targets below 1370. So it's really a matter of price figuring out what side it wants to be on. Now, whether we get a clean move in either direction or there's a little bit of noise, that's TBD. But ultimately, you'll want to be long north of 1394 and short south of 1370. If this series of five targets here is met and we make new lows altogether, there are greater downside targets which I'll cover if we start to move down a bit more. So I just wanted to get these key price points out to you for the upcoming week. We'll stay on top of this in the live room, and if we do make some more negative price action, we'll be doing an update sooner than next weekend. Alright, that'll do it for now. We'll see you back in the live room.